The story of Moses killing an Egyptian is a pivotal moment in his early life, as recounted in the book of Exodus in the Bible. Moses, born a Hebrew but raised as an Egyptian prince, was deeply troubled by the harsh treatment of his people, the Israelites, who were enslaved in Egypt. As a young man, Moses became aware of the suffering and oppression his fellow Hebrews endured under the rule of the Pharaoh. One day, while witnessing an Egyptian taskmaster mercilessly beating a Hebrew slave, Moses became enraged. Seeing no one else around, he intervened and struck the Egyptian, killing him. The Bible describes this act as Moses looking around to see if anyone was watching, and when he saw that no one was, he buried the body in the sand to cover up the crime. This impulsive act of violence is significant for several reasons. First, it demonstrates Moses' deep empathy for his people, and his willingness to stand up against the injustice they were facing. However, it also foreshadows the internal conflict that Moses will struggle with throughout his life. By killing the Egyptian, Moses took matters into his own hands, rather than waiting for God's intervention. This act, driven by human anger, would later be contrasted with the more measured leadership that Moses would exhibit in his role as the liberator of the Israelites. The murder also sets off a chain of events that causes Moses to flee Egypt. The next day, Moses witnesses two Hebrews fighting, and when he tries to intervene, one of them asks, "Who made you ruler and judge over us? Are you thinking of killing me as you killed the Egyptian?" Realizing that his actions were known and that Pharaoh might seek to kill him in retaliation, Moses flees to the land of Midian. This marks the end of Moses' life as an Egyptian prince and the beginning of his journey toward becoming the leader who would eventually lead the Israelites out of Egypt. This event is a turning point in Moses' life. Though he initially acts out of a sense of justice, the consequences force him into exile, setting the stage for his later encounter with God at the burning bush and his eventual mission to free the Israelites. Moses' act of killing the Egyptian thus marks both a personal failure and the beginning of a divine calling that would shape the course of history.